What's good? What's good? I put a little more effort into this round of the meme dumps because you guys deserve it. Let's get started. Everyone can resonate with The Office, or just about everyone. It's pretty iconic. So on the top, we have text saying the ones asking to be left alone are not the extremists. So for me personally, one good example is like vaccine mandates. Yeah, no, I'm not an extremist for not wanting to be forced to have an experimental drug injected into my body. That's not extreme to be opposed to that. The ones demanding everyone comply or get locked up are the extremists. And so maybe the getting them locked up, that part is hyperbole, but part of memes are to evoke emotion for thought stimulation, etc. But there definitely were some, you could Google a compilation clip of celebrities saying atrocious things about people who didn't want to get the vaccine. You could easily do that. There was more than enough criticism and vitriol and some pretty like just toxic and nasty shit said to people who just wanted to be left alone. It's more extreme, I think, to say we should deny medical care unrelated to the Rona to people just because they didn't want to get the jab. So, like, if somebody needed a heart transplant, but they weren't jabbed, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel who had said, no, we should not give them medical care. And that's just one small example. Anyways, let's move on. Oh, I love this one. Punch all the Nazis on the left, and that's 2020. And this is not hyperbole and this is not extreme. There is a character who goes by the name Vosh who openly, explicitly advocates for the punching of Nazis and who openly advocates for the use of violence against political opponents. It's proven from his mouth. So on the right, and then it says, ooh, with her all happy and excited, show me your papers. In again, reference to vaccine mandates. And I experienced this personally. This is actually a true story. I was a few years ago, just for fun, I was doing some stand-up comedy. I was just bored and like just was like whatever. So I had been trying it. And then when the vaccine mandates rolled out, the establishment that I was going to with for an open mic uh, was participating in the, you needed to have proof of vaccination to go there. And so I could no longer go there. So when people tell me that it's not real, you're gaslighting me because I literally experienced it firsthand. I can give another example. I'm a licensed massage therapist. And when all of the mandates and everything were rolling out, the Washington State massage community went like crazy. Absolutely crazy. I actually got kicked out of the Washington State massage therapists Facebook group because I had posted, hey, I'm looking for people to partner with, to exchange massages with, and then also just to do continuing education with. I had said I'm not vaccinated just before anyone asks, and then they kicked me out of the group for that. And not before they shamed me, not before they shamed me. So yeah, don't gaslight me, please. Oh no, that's the one I wanted to end on, so I'm gonna have to go back to that. Um, Epstein's client list is still running this shit show. Thank you, Lisa Simpson. Another iconic blend of something most Americans can identify with. Two, it's a that this is the power of memes because it juxtaposes sort of iconic concepts to enlighten people to a bigger picture. That's exactly what this meme does. It's so beautiful. That's why memes are so beautiful, and that's why we're calling them fifth generational warfare to combat the fourth generational warfare of mind control and propaganda, silent warfare. Um, I actually have met someone who, not physically, someone I went to school with years ago. I had a Facebook interaction with them where he said, yeah, he actually believed that Epstein killed himself. And I was like, okay, you people exist. You people are real. Um, okay. Ooh. Because I would say a large majority of people believe Epstein did not unalive himself. Excuse me. I'm on YouTube, and so I need to watch my words. And then, if you don't know about Epstein's client list and what Epstein was doing, he was honeypotting high level figures, is like the easiest, simplest way of saying that. And then filming and obtaining evidence and blackmailing. And that's one of the ways that the elites play games, because the elites play games, right? That's one of the games that they play. Um, Blackmail. That's one of the many games. It's not the only game. Okay, moving on. Yeah, this one is sad but true. There's all this talk about how farming is so polluting our environment, and it's always like directed in a way where they want us to eat less meat and use more solar power and other alternative sources of power instead of just petrol and gas, diesel, etc. Um, and so they think that, and this is, I like this meme too, because my dream is that it is easy for the average American to obtain a few acres of land to cultivate and homestead on their own, which is what this kind of depicts, right? That's not a mass factory farm. That is a small family homestead. And there's nothing terrible about that, because if you see, there's a mixture of, there's different pastures, there's trees, and so you actually will have different pastures for different reasons, and then there's like crop rotation, and sustainable agriculture is not difficult. Sustainable, beautiful agriculture, living in harmony or in balance with nature, is not difficult. What is difficult is just to obtain a few acres of land, unless you're a celebrity and you're getting a discount on land um, in Hawaii, which is apparently a thing. I don't know how true that is. Please fact check that on your own. But I've been seeing people like Oprah, as an example. They're talking about how she got some crazy good deals on acreage in Hawaii. And yeah, just curious coincidences. Go fact check that. I'm curious. But then on the bottom of this meme, it's like solar panels and windmills, which apparently kill birds. And oh, and then the spraying of toxic chemicals. Oh my fucking God. This is actually poison. This is actually polluting the environment. This is actually polluting humanity. Holy shit. And then another thing that people don't talk about when it comes to like electric power is the uh, mining of the lithium that goes into the batteries. You should maybe look into that. It's maybe not all that humane. And so it's where America loves to like outsource evil and then project our uh like project how evil we are. So like we're outsourcing the mining of lithium, and we outsource production to China, and we do all of this other stuff so we don't have to see it directly. But then well, I guess no, see, I hate that shit too. And that's things that the see, this is where the left and I agree on it. Like where they have legitimate criticisms. That's more of what I was trying to get at. But like they just go in the wrong direction with the solutions. And so like this is a perfect meme. This is a perfect meme because like this is the world that the left would want. They want these chemicals, and they want the solar panels and the windmills, and they don't want people to have land. And I know it sounds crazy, but these people are brainwashed. And I got a little off topic there. I'm sorry, but let's move on. I think. Oh yeah, here's a good one. They're doing it again because you didn't hang them last time. And this is connected to my last video discussing violence. And I want to caveat here that anybody who gets hanged should first have a trial. There should be a judiciary process for them. I'm not asking for any violence. I'm not inciting violence. I'm just saying this meme is true, and it's going to continue to be true until we take action. Now, how we take action is the extraordinarily complicated part that we should be discussing. That's what we should be discussing. Like we should not be arguing over these stupid freaking culture war issues. We should be trying to figure out how to hold these corrupt world leaders accountable and stop them from continuing to perpetuate this toxic system that we're in. Because most people I meet, left or right, really don't like what's going on. They have so much more in common than they realize. The social engineers are just so good at dividing us. And so if we could do some intentional and judicially justified violence in a minimal capacity, that would be great because we could avoid this. And I want to end on this meme because we use comedy as a way to discuss difficult topics. That's a comedian's job. I'm not calling myself a comedian. I am using the medium of memes to discuss the concept of comedy. I am not a comedian, but I love memes and I love comedy. And this meme is so funny. It's this like G.I. Joe looking guy talking to a group of kids, and knowing is half the battle. And then under on the bottom, with him looking all serious, the other half is extreme violence. Which is it's violence is not funny. I'm just gonna throw that out there, but we use memes and comedy to discuss difficult topics, to bring them into the zeitgeist, as one would say. So we could use judiciary justified violence in a minimal capacity to rid our society of a sick group of people who have committed legitimate crimes against humanity, to prevent the need for extreme violence. And in my looking at the future and all the different timelines that I potentially see, and in one of my other videos I talk about the ideal timeline we want to manifest, which is maximum justice and minimum violence. That's what I'm working towards, but that doesn't mean I don't see one kind of peripherally that would include extreme violence. It's like a very, very, very low percent, but let's not be dumb to think that the UN does not have troops that they would send. The global military apparatus is more interconnected than the superficial narrative would have you believe. Now, what does that mean? I don't want to get too hung up on that, but these people are actors almost, and they're playing a game. And I talked about earlier in the video how the elites play games, right? They're playing games that are way beyond our conception and way beyond our capacity to engage in, nor would we want to. These are power games. These are money games. These are like evil games. But that's their world and that's their reality. And so there are always, backroom deals and secret connections. And I'm not even talking about like Trump and Russia or like Hillary and Russia, because they're both apparently connected to Russia. What the fuck? Why is like Russia? It's so fascinating. And then we could get into Henry Kissinger, which was like my ultimate point in talking about the geopolitical connections between world leaders and their roles that they play, because Henry Kissinger is still fucking alive, and he has been more influential than others would maybe credit him for. It's all just a game, and most people are unknowingly playing it. That's the Matrix illusion. I won't get on it. I think I'm going to end the video there, but uh thank you for listening. Much love, y'all.